It's the most wonderful time
My favorite
Singing.
season.
of the year.
My favorite
Singing.
holiday of all time.
What's up, Paper Room family? Welcome, episode 15. As you guys
15.
heard by the little jingle, we are going to talk about holiday season. We're going to talk about Christmas,
Holiday episode.
Thanksgiving.
It's
Man.
the most wonderful time of the year.
So good. All right, so here's what I want to do to get us started. What is, like, just considering Thanksgiving, all that stuff, what is your absolute favorite Thanksgiving food item?
Oh,
Whether it's a side, a main dish, a
Green
dessert.
bean casserole.
green
You
bean
knew
casserole.
that, Green bean casserole, okay.
And
Okay.
Rebecca,
Okay.
a good friend Rebecca, she just made some for our Friendsgiving, and it was exactly like how my dad makes it. So I was like,
Wow.
maybe it's easier than I thought, or she's just really good.
Oh, don't play
But it was
Rebecca.
really good. It was really good.
Awesome.
Okay.
It's my
Green bean
favorite.
casserole, okay.
Green bean casserole. Mine ain't green bean casserole. I like, man, we have so much good food. I would probably say, dang, it's so hard because I love Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
I love the smells of Thanksgiving.
Personally, I like Thanksgiving more than Christmas. Sorry. Not trying to be like, the Grinch or anything. But it's because there's always football on Thanksgiving.
Right.
This year, it's different because Christmas does fall on a Sunday.
And it's going to be
So
football.
I'm so excited for Christmas this year.
Yeah.
But normally it's like
But you don't like the NBA Christmas
No,
time
I'm
games?
not ready for NBA yet, man.
Okay.
I'm full NFL till Super Bowl's over.
Okay.
Yeah, so I like both. I love Christmas. Go ahead. Sorry.
I would say my favorite, my favorite Thanksgiving is sweet potato pie.
Oof.
Yeah, I can eat a half of a pie by myself. Really, yeah.
I'm classic, like just turkey and gravy. Like, it's so good. I love the Thanksgiving meal.
I love the smells of Thanksgiving. I love, and one of the things we had to do in our family with Thanksgiving, we had to theme Christmas so that we wouldn't have the same food,
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
back to back. So that's what we do.
Do you guys do ham on Thanksgiving? Like your family?
Yeah, we do ham on Thanksgiving.
Ham.
Ham is
So ham is
good.
ham is a starter.
Ham goes ham.
I like ham more than turkey.
I don't know, but that's
Because of the
like me saying
flavor, the
Thanksgiving is better than
sweetness
Christmas.
of it.
I'm like Arby's. we take all of the protein.
So good. Love it. Another holiday, just question. When is too early to decorate and to blast Christmas music? Is it like November the 1st, right after Halloween? Is it after Thanksgiving? Like what do you, even for you guys, like growing up, like when was your tree up?
Ooh.
Kind of those, like when did decorations and Christmas music start happening for y'all?
I mean, growing up, we would decorate after Thanksgiving, but as we got older and busier, we were like, my parents were like, we don't have the time to just like decorate after a holiday like that.
Yeah.
So now they've already decorated the
Oh my
living
gosh.
room, and we haven't hit Thanksgiving yet.
Yeah.
But they're like closing off the living room so that nobody sees and nobody goes over there.
Wow.
That's funny.
So that like everybody stay in the kitchen for Thanksgiving.
Growing up, I don't remember when we would do it. I know it. Growing up, it was after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Now, I have my own family. Nikki takes that, and the bulk of it happens after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
I'm kind of Grinchy in that I don't like skipping over Thanksgiving. I like to really intentionally thanks.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I do feel like there can be a blending of the two. You know what I mean? Like I think there could be some Christmassy decorations on Thanksgiving. We don't do it yet. But yeah, I like the blending of the two.
But I did break my own rule this year.
What happened?
Because usually I don't like to play Christmas music till after Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah.
But, like,
I started playing Christmas
The second
music
week of
earlier.
September, I was in my office
Whoa.
and I was like, man, I'm in the mood. I don't know
Yeah.
what's going on with me. I need some holly jolly or something.
It does create a joyous spirit. I
It
remember
does.
one time, when you work at Camp Zephyr in the summertime, you start like at the end of May, early June, and it's exciting. You got like 30, 40 college kids coming together and they're getting ready to serve Jesus all summer long. Everyone loves each other. Everyone's excited. But then you have like this midsummer slump, like in July, when you've been in the heat all summer long. You work a million hours a day, and you're just tired of
You
each
wanna see
other.
nobody.
You don't want to see anybody. So I remember it was like July. We had like kids camp, and everyone was just dead. And I was working in the kitchen on kitchen staff, and we had like a speaker in there. We just play loud music. So then I started playing Christmas music in July. Christmas in July.
Hey.
And it was so funny because when people walked into the kitchen, like I can tell like they walked in like frustrated about something, and then they heard the Christmas music. They're like, "Oh, this is nice!" Like it just changed everybody's spirit. There's obviously something joyous about this season, right?
Yeah, it is.
And
It
so,
is.
last Christmas or holiday type of question. Here's what I want us to do. It might be a little tough. Is I want us to rank your top 5
Sheesh.
Christmas movies.
Top 5.
What are like, you think about all the Christmas movies that come out in the past, classic ones. You think about new ones that kind of pop up. Netflix releases like 30 of them every season. What are your top 5 Christmas movies of all time?
Well, Christmas is my favorite holiday, and I love Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know what you would call me as a Christmas freak or something like that, but I love Christmas.
Free. I don't think we're gonna call you that easy.
But yeah, so I love both. Like, I love the classic ones. You know, the what are they called? The claymation or like the stop
Okay.
motion,
Yes.
the stop motion
Yes.
ones. Those classic ones. So we have like the whole set,
Jack
like
Frost
me and my
and all
family.
that.
But I think
Jack
that
Frost
my
got
number one is Jingle All the Way because it's
Jingle
so
All the Way.
funny. Yeah,
That's what Arnold.
with Arnold.
Yeah, that's a good movie. That is a good
It's the
movie.
Iron Man of Christmas.
Because I'd kind of
That's your number 1?
yes.
Oh my gosh.
Because I'll explain a little bit.
No judgment.
Because it has a mixture of both very Christmassy aspects, which I need in a movie for a Christmas movie,
Okay.
and also like comedy
Okay.
and like family, whatever. Like
Mm.
it has everything in it that's
Okay.
necessary. So my second would be like Home Alone, the first one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that one's like ultra Christmassy with like the
Absolutely.
music and just
Kevin McAllister.
yeah.
Well,
That
and
one's
then
my
go
se-
on.
oh,
You got 3
my
more.
third one is Elf. It's not my favorite, but I really highly respect the, like those cartoons, like his friends over there where he lives.
So your favorite in North Pole?
Yeah,
Where he lives?
Over there where he lives.
I forgot what it was called. Yeah, and then when he's like eating all the spaghetti with the candy, I'm like, that looks so good.
So
like,
I always love looking at like movie facts. Apparently, like he did that like for real, and he threw up every time.
Gosh.
Like,
Oh my
'cause-
God.
Yeah,
I love
'cause they-
spaghetti, so I'm like,
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
gross.
I can't ruin it like that either.
I mean, I would throw up too eating that. Nasty.
So Elf would be my third one.
Okay.
Fourth would be Frosty the Snowman, the cartoon, the second one, because there's 2.
Okay.
Okay.
I like the second one more because it's funnier.
I don't know if I've seen either one of them.
I can't really remember. I
like
can't
that
really
one.
remember that one.
And 5?
5 was really hard to think of, but I went with a classic, the Charlie Brown Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
All
the
right.
one.
I'll go next. So I'm gonna go 5 to 1. All right. So
Okay.
you went 1 to 5. My fifth all time is Four Christmases. I don't know if you ever seen it. Vince Vaughn.
Oh, Vince Vaughn when
Reese
they go to
Witherspoon.
yeah.
So both of their parents are divorced.
Yeah.
So they have to attend 4 different Christmases on the same day.
Yeah.
Just extremely
never
funny
heard of
movie.
that
Really?
before.
Yeah, it's
You
a
need
very,
to watch
very
it.
funny movie.
It's hilarious.
Okay.
John Favreau comes out. He's like plays one of Vince Vaughn's brothers. It's a good romantic comedy, funny Christmas movie. My fourth one, I went with the classic, A Christmas Story.
Yes, sir.
It just you got it. It's
Fragile.
yeah. It's it's got to be in there. You know, it's
Yeah.
got to be in our top 5. It's on marathon every single Christmas. My third one is your first one, Jingle All the Way. I mean, it's a great movie. I love it. I think it's funny. You know, you got Turbo Man. It's Turbo time. My second one, this is a combination of 2 and 1, and that's Home Alone 1 and Home Alone 2. I love both of them, right?
Because of New York.
Because of New York, right?
Gotcha.
And so, but it's just good. Don't watch any other Home Alones if you've never seen any of them. I think there's like 6 of them now.
Nah, it's like Home Alone 9. They
I know,
on Home
it's-
Alone 9.
Like, bro, like
They go straight to
your parents
Freeform
quit
now.
going out of town and leaving them there. And then my ultimate favorite one is Elf. Like, it's just
Okay.
Elf is the movie that we watch when we're decorating the tree. I think Elf is becoming what A Christmas Story is. Just that all-time classic.
Yeah,
It's going to be around for
It's a new school
Yeah.
a
classic.
long time. So that's me.
Yeah, so man, it's kind of hard to rank them. But I would say, let me just put them out there, and then I'll try to rank them later.
Go for it.
I don't. Christmas Story,
Yeah.
Christmas with the Cranks.
I like that one. I thought about that one a lot.
We
That's
love
good.
Christmas with the
Yeah.
Cranks. The First Santa Claus.
Okay.
I love the First Santa Claus. I love National Lampoon's Christmas. I love that one. Christmas Vacation. I love that one. The
Yeah.
old school Chevy Chase, GOAT.
Go.
And then, man, I would have to say, I don't know. I don't know a good fifth one because there's so many that could fit in that fifth category. Elf is up there, but I'll watch kind of other things
Yeah.
over Elf. So I don't
Yeah.
know. I will say that Netflix deal that they just put out, the Christmas Chronicles or whatever, with
Oh, yeah.
what's his name?
I know what
It
you're
ain't
talking about.
Kirk Douglas. It's somebody else. I forget his name.
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell.
Yeah,
I knew it was
yeah.
a Kurt. That's a really good movie.
Yeah.
But it's like it's too new because it's
Yeah.
only been out like
Yeah.
2-3 years.
I haven't seen it.
But
so-
I have watched it every year since it's been out.
Oh, it's a list.
But it's too, And then yeah,
That's awesome. I love it.
I can't rank them though. I don't know.
It is tough. So yeah, we wanted to just bring up the holidays, but obviously what we're doing here at Paper Room is always trying to find ways to encourage young adults in their pursuit of Jesus. And one thing about the holiday season, it can be so joyous. It's also chaotic.
Yeah.
Everybody does last minute Christmas shopping. But the thing about the holidays too is that sometimes they can kind of throw people off their rhythms and routines, right? So starting September, you're working, you're in school, you kind of get into a rhythm. And then during the holiday season, you kind of take breaks. Family and friends, they come into town that you haven't seen in a long time. You maybe kind of feel tempted to start reverting back into like old ways because you started hanging out with old friends you hadn't seen all semester. You go out, you enjoy each other's presence, and then you have that like ex-girlfriend that texts you and you're like hadn't talked to her in 4 months, but then you're like, all right, well, I'll see what's up with this, right? And then you just start kind of going into these practical things because of the holiday season. It's such an easy time to coast. Just in life, you want to take a break from everything that's been going on. You've been
Absolutely.
grinding all semester, and so it's just an easy time to just coast. And so what I want to talk about today is preventing coasting during Christmas.
That's
right,
good.
and coasting in general, but also coasting specifically in your relationship with Christ, because you even think about the year as a whole, right? It's been a long year. 2022 is almost over, which is crazy to think about. And so it's an easy time to just like, I'm going to go ahead and put it on neutral, right? I'm not going to push to the end. And we also know that January is coming. And what does everybody do every January?
Yeah.
They set goals,
New Year's
resolutions.
resolution,
It's
yeah.
a good time to reset, to refresh. So it's almost an easy time in December to just kind of back off the pedal for a little bit. And so I think a good conversation would be to just talk about some really cool practices that people can try during this holiday season, whether it's for a week, for 2 weeks, for the whole month of December, however you want to kind of approach that. But also I think about this. Like I remember when I was in college, I stayed here for a couple of years and went to what was called UTPA at the time. Show you my age.
Bronx.
Bronx.
That was
I was
the better
gonna say
mascot, by the
Hook'em,
way.
but I don't remember what the
They ain't
Bronx were.
saying the hook 'em.
Yeah, they didn't do that. But
Giddy up.
I remember
I
when, like during the Christmas season, holiday season, like I said, like friends would come into town. People I hadn't seen in a long time, and we would go out and hang out, and you just kind of start reverting back to maybe some old ways, old practices. And so I want to ask this question first. Have y'all ever like felt that, like the feeling of going to a place that maybe when you were younger and it just kind of brought back maybe old temptations, old lifestyle choices? And I don't know if you ever felt that. I know that's been a powerful thing for me. But does that resonate with y'all at all?
Yeah, I mean, it's I can certainly relate to that. It's probably one of the reasons why, I intentionally kind of stay away from some places.
Yeah.
Just because you don't want to be reminded of who you used to be.
Right.
So yeah, I can resonate with that, and I think it's important to try to create, sometimes new experiences with some of your
Yes.
older friends. You can do that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not saying we can't hang out or we can't get together.
Mm-hmm.
We can't hang out or get together there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I won't be in attendance there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But let's shake or do something else over here. I think you can do that.
That's
So,
good. I
Yeah.
love it.
But,
Yeah, like for me, like I remember in high school, I went to a house party on Wisteria, which if you know McAllen, it's the street like right where Luby's is, like Luby's on 10th Street,
Okay.
like 10th and Wisteria. And so there's a home there that we got invited to a house party. And so honestly, like a lot of times when I drive past that street, I'm reminded of that moment. And it was a very bad moment. And so, but yeah, like I feel like people maybe have those emotions, those feelings when they kind of are reminded of something of their past. And so which can allow like just maybe the feeling of, well, that's still there. That's still maybe like at hand's length, so I can go grab that. I can go after that again, and it maybe causes those moments of temptation to go after it. And so,
and honestly, sometimes it's at the family dinner at Christmas.
Right. Yeah.
Like sometimes it could be, you know, at your aunt's house or your aunt, or
Right.
around your own dinner table.
100%.
So, you know, I think the holidays are a time for celebration, but I do during the holiday season I always get very introspective. I always
it's an easy time to reflect.
I'm
Right.
like that
Because you're not as busy too.
Yes.
So your task list it has shortened up. So now you just sit around, you're thinking.
Yep.
And so it's a hard time, right? And so what we want to do with today's episode is give some practical just things that you can try this holiday season that maybe can help preventing that coasting, specifically in relationship with Christ, but just in general. And so I asked you guys to come up with a couple of things. So I want to hear what you got to say first, and then I'll say mine. So
Well, I feel like some of the things that I have going on in my mind are very specific, just things that I thought about that maybe not, maybe don't necessarily help you in your relationship with Christ, but help you in your other relationships with people that are around you. Because I'm really feeling like, you know, during these seasons, we hear all the time and we see all the time, you know, you need to be present with your loved ones. But we're never told really like, well, how do I do that? Like, I just show up and I'm there. Yeah, that's being present. But are you really, really individually and intentionally present with the people that are around you, that are in your space? Because now you do have more time, or now you are like having an excuse, right, to go to your parents' house or go to your aunt's house or whatever it is. So I just thought of like little ways that you can just change things up a bit, like shake things up a bit. So like something I thought of is like if you are dating somebody or if you're married, because I know some people are married with kids that listen to our podcast, try a new place to eat. You know, go somewhere new or try a new coffee shop. If
no, just kidding.
you know, like look at the place you're at, you know, like really take some time to look around. And maybe that's very like cliche or whatever, but your atmosphere and your environment, if that shifts just a little bit, it can spark new stuff in you. Like it can get you a little bit more excited other than just walking into a chaotic store with, you know, the Christmas decorations
I hate
around.
the store.
No, yeah,
They're
we
crazy. And they can
Online shopping is our friend.
affect us like mentally too because of the chaos, you know? And so take your family somewhere new or try a new tradition or think of something new to kind of shake things up a bit and not allow you to just like think of like, well, same old, same old. How was the holiday season? Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
And just kind of the same thing every single year.
That's
of course,
helpful, Isha.
you know,
That's good.
that has helped me just in work, you know, shifting your environment. But I know that it can be powerful for families as well. You know, everybody has some kind of stressor during this season. So even just talking to people like, hey, what do you want to do? Like this season, like what is something you've always wanted to do? Don't box yourself in. Let's think about how we can do stuff that's new and inviting. And then something else I would say too, that's like super specific that I think can help declutter your mind is decluttering your space. And I know that we get into like spring cleaning, you know, later on, next year.
Christmas cleaning.
Of course you have to clean the house to decorate, but get in the closet, look at everything you have and take some stuff out, you know, kind of declutter some spaces. And I think that it'll help just kind of freshen up your eyesight so that your mind is a little bit more fresh.
When you declutter your space, you declutter your mind a little bit.
And
You know,
you're
it's
like
less choices.
expert simplicity and
That's very
minimalist
helpful.
over here, so.
I've strayed away. but I'm
Dang.
planning on going back.
'Cause it was Jaden, right? And just all his blinkies.
No, I'm just kidding. But no,
That's helpful. That's
I
good.
think decluttering would be a great way, a simple practice that you can do to kind of see your surroundings as well. One of the ones that I would say, here's a practice you can try, is Sabbath Saturday. I think try every Saturday of the month of December you Sabbath. So you're taking a break. You're not looking at work. And maybe if you're hopefully done with school, you're not looking at school stuff or thinking about the next semester already. Sabbath from your phone, Sabbath from social media, from media in general, and just take some time to just reflect, hang out with God, hang out in prayer, and try for 24 hours is my suggestion. So maybe Friday night till Saturday night, 7 p.m. to 7 p.m. or something like that. Do something that you enjoy doing. If it's you like to golf, go golf. If you like to sit at a coffee shop, sit at a coffee shop without your phone. And you don't have to tell anybody you're going or invite somebody to it or post about it. But just on that Saturday, just desire time with God and desire time for just reflection is one thing I would do. And then to take that maybe a step further is digital detox. So maybe for like a season of the holiday season, maybe like a week or 2 weeks, literally just digital minimalism. Just don't practice anything for a week or two, and supplement that with obviously time in the Word, but maybe try reading a couple of books or one book during that time as well. I think a digital detox is good. And the third one I would say is try learning a new skill. Go to YouTube, search something, and learn something that maybe you didn't learn already. If you like taking pictures on your phone, go to YouTube and search better ways to take pictures with my iPhone. And I promise there's like crazy
Android.
creatives
Hacks
or
and
Android. So I didn't mean to
Hey,
whatever. Taking pictures with your phone, right? But there's like creatives out there that do crazy stuff with just their phones, right? And
they shot some of the Matrix on
Right.
the phone. No, I'm joking.
they do make movies though. And so it's just like learn a skill that maybe you're already passionate about that you can take a next step further. If you want to get into graphic design, like basic graphic designs with apps on your phone, there's a lot of just amazing resources on YouTube that you can just go and learn something, learn a new skill. Like take 2 or 3 weeks of that holiday season just to learn something new that maybe can benefit you, your life, your career, or something, or something outside of what you're already pursuing, and just try to learn something new. So those are my 3 things: digital detox, Sabbath Saturdays, and learn a new skill.
That's really good. That's really helpful. One of the things in our family that we, the holidays are a time of feasting for us.
Mm-hmm.
Like we eat good food, and we eat a lot of it. Calories don't count at Christmas.
Amen.
Work out this Christmas.
Yeah. So, I was about to say, maybe temper that a little bit, move your body a little bit, but, I would say cultivate joy. Like really, when I think of joy, I think of, somebody mining for gold. Like joy is all around in this season, can make joy kind of easier to find, but cultivate that and become aware. Oh man, this really amplifies my joy. So I'm gonna take note of this because you know what? This should not be the only time that I cultivate joy. But now this season, I'm maybe I'm more aware of it. But just jot that down to say, all right, when it's March and I'm in a little, well, what happened at Christmas?
Yeah.
So I would say that cultivate joy, and the reason why I said cultivate joy because when me and my family, when we eat good food, I enjoy that.
That's
like
good.
I love that. I think God is a good cook.
Amen.
And so another thing I would say is, and I love what Isha said, try new things. One of the things our family did last year after Thanksgiving, because you get tired of the Thanksgiving food or whatever the case may be. So we just said we done with the leftover. We're gonna eat pizza. And then we went and ate pizza, and then after that, we was like, "What are we gonna do that? Well, let's go by the tree." And then we went to, I would say, just pick a day and schedule your day with spontaneous thing. Like we didn't know what we were gonna do. We
Yeah,
just like,
that's good.
oh, we're gonna do this. All right, what's next? Well, let's do this. Like,
That's good.
Schedule some spontaneous moments throughout this season where you're like, you know what, I'm gonna take a drive to, I don't know, San Antonio. I'm gonna get in a car with some friends and we're gonna do something spontaneous. We're gonna do,
Six Flags.
Six Flags, or something. I don't know. We're gonna go to the zoo. I mean, maybe the animals will be up for it.
Sleep.
They'll be asleep.
Yeah.
But do something spontaneous.
That's cool.
And the reason why I say that is because I'm not good at that. Like I feel like I pour my life out all during the week. I pour my life out all during the year. The holidays are mine. If I want to sit in the bed for 17 hours, that's what I want to do. And I feel like during the holiday season, I have a right to do that. But I did notice when we did those spontaneous things, I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
I was ready to get back in the house, but I didn't hate it. The family had a good time, and so try something spontaneous.
That's cool.
And then another thing I would say is ramp up. So many times we are ramping down during this time. It's the close of the year, but flip it, ramp up, ramp up to the new year. And I'm not trying to, amplify any anxiety or get you, thinking so much about the future that you are not present. But when I say ramp up, I mean, take active steps to prepare.
Yeah.
For tomorrow. Ramp up. Don't turn your mind off, your heart off, your spirit off. Ramp up.
That's good.
If you weren't reading your scriptures before, well, Christmas is a great time to read the scriptures. Ramp up.
Do an Advent reading plan.
Yes, ramp up into it. Don't say, 2023, I'm going to do it. Because, and this is not something that I'm just saying. Like, I got a productivity coach for next year, but I got that coach for next year right now.
Nice.
And when I was talking to her, I was like, all right, yeah, I thought I was lining it up for next year. My coach was like, nah, we about to start right now. And I was like, dang. I ain't ready right now. But he was like, no, we're gonna ramp up into 2023. I said,
good.
wow. So I'm gonna share that with y'all. Ramp up into 2023.
Love it. All great stuff. And so hopefully you can take, I think everyone shared 3 items, and so hopefully for everyone tuning in, take one of those things or a couple of those things and try them out this holiday season. Try something new, learn a new skill, ramp up into 2023 to see what God has for you there, and use this time to prevent coasting, specifically in your relationship with Christ, and also relationship with others. Like hang out with people, that people you haven't seen with in a while, but even using time to just kind of cultivate those relationships with people in the church and in your community groups, things like that. So what I want to do is this really quick as we close off. We shared a lot of cool things, practical items. I think it'd be cool if Isha and I were talking about this yesterday, if we chose one of those things that we do as a paper room host, come back, 2023 and say, we did this. We can either choose one and do all the same thing, or we commit to doing one of the things that we shared. So what do you guys think? Choosing one and all doing the same thing?
I think we should do different things.
Cool.
That way we each have something different to talk about.
How about we tell each other what to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's fun.
Okay. All right.
I don't know what I was sharing.
Okay. All right. Let me pause for a second and think.
What did you say again?
So I said digital detox.
Okay.
So that can be an extended time of digital Sabbath Saturdays. So taking every Saturday of December to Sabbath, or learn a new skill.
Okay.
So those are my 3. What were your?
I'm going to learn a new skill.
Okay.
Honestly, I want to do either. I don't know. I can't decide. The digital detox or the
you going to
Sabbath
tell
every
me? I'm
Saturday.
sorry.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you what to
Dang,
do.
I forgot.
I'm just telling you what I like.
Your 3 or your couple were try something new,
things.
be present,
Yeah, and declutter.
and declutter.
Ooh.
Okay. And you said ramp up.
Ramp up. Do something spontaneous.
Do something spontaneous.
I really like that.
I'm like Jameis Winston. What did I say?
What did I say?
What did I say? Oh, cultivate joy. Eat good food.
Cultivate joy.
Well,
Ooh.
I said that's how I cultivate joy. I eat good food.
I am trying to learn how to cook right now, or like barbecue kind of things like that. So All right, so now we tell each other what to do.
Yeah.
Okay. This will be interesting. I felt like you were passionate about it, so learn a new skill.
Okay.
All right, so I'm telling you that.
I'm gonna learn a new skill.
All right, you tell Isha. Isha, you tell me.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna learn a new skill. Isha, what did you say you wanted to do?
Doesn't matter. Tell her.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will say digital detox.
I like it.
So pick an extended period of time, at minimum a week. It can be at max, I guess the month of
Yeah.
December,
I like it.
to do something. So,
Um,
what do you got for me?
I can't really give you declutter because I
You
don't feel. I
decluttered
don't feel
already.
like you're. Yeah, I don't feel like you're there right now. But
He did just move into a new house.
yeah.
Which is a
But
great time to declutter.
I know. Exactly.
I would say the spontaneous
Okay.
stuff
Yeah, as you said
because
that.
you're such a planner.
Right.
Ooh,
I know.
So-
dang.
As you said that, my thought was like, man, that's one that I don't naturally do well. We plan.
Yeah.
Even like on a Saturday morning when Summer and I were both off, like when we're awake and we're drinking coffee, I'm like, all right, what do you want to do today? Let's plan it out right now. Like that's how my mind operates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so yeah, all right, so spontaneous. All right, so
Yeah.
you're doing
I'm
learn
learning
skill.
a new skill. I'm gonna learn how to make candles or something. I don't know.
You're you're digital detoxing,
Yeah.
and I am gonna.
Which is crazy because I run social media accounts.
Yeah, good luck.
And
Yeah, I did it one time for the month of November, and it was joyous. It was weird because I felt like I didn't know what was going on in the world, but
Yeah.
it was cool. And I am practicing spontaneity.
And for everybody that's watching, I'm wearing my favorite T-shirt of all time. Not reading emails.
Oh wow.
So I will prepare for my
Oof.
digital detox.
Tonight.
That's gonna be
read
great.
emails.
Yeah. Look at that. Look
I
at
know
that.
you already knew what you were.
Awesome.
Worked out well.
That was great. Love talking about the holiday season with you guys and hearing your top 5 Christmas movies, and also just hearing these practices that people can do to prevent coasting this Christmas season. And so for you guys tuning in, hopefully it was helpful for y'all. Choose one, choose a couple. Let us know if you guys choose one of those items. Let us know what you want to do.
Like the paper room.
Share it.
Share the paper room. Rate the paper room. Also, write in and let us know. If you did any of these practices.
Yeah, that'd be great. Let us know what you want to do. Maybe we can help keep you accountable. Excited to hear about responses from you guys. So thank you all for joining us. Episode 15.
In the
Most
books.
wonderful
Good.
time of the year. Holiday season. Love you guys. Have
Jack
a great
Frost roasting.
have a great holiday season. See you later,
See
Paper
ya.
Room.